And like, just speaking from experience, like, if you see the signs early, like, and you've got control over it, don't let it go too far. Nip it on the butt when you got the chance. Like, take advantage of your strengths, because when one day you may feel so fucking strong and then in control of everything, and you can lose it so quick, man, if you just let things like substance abuse and shit like that take control. Because you may be sitting there having a pipe one day and thinking, oh, it's all right, I can quit tomorrow, I've got it under wraps. Someone comes and offers you more, bro, and you're like, oh, it's only one more. When's enough? Like, when the fuck do you give up on this and say enough's enough? Like,
welcome to another episode of Planting Seeds with Soul. Raw conversations on transformation, truth, and finding light in the darkest places. You may not hear what you want, but you will definitely hear what you need. All right, beautiful bone bags. How's everyone going? I have got a friend back. Last week I did a fucking a podcast by myself because I had no friends. Guys, we got Tyson. It's Hannus, isn't it?
Tyson Hannus, yeah.
We got Tyson Hannus beside us. How you going, brother?
Good, bro. Yeah, real good. Thanks for having us on, bro. It's been a long time since I've seen you, so it's good to catch up.
Very welcome, brother. I'm glad to have you on. Just bring that mic.
Yep.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
Over towards that way a bit. Yeah, just bring it this way a bit more towards me.
Yep.
Yeah.
About there.
Yeah, perfect, brother.
Beautiful.
Oh man, it's been a while since we've seen each other. We met, what would have been maybe a year ago or so on one of the Broadbeach jobs.
Yeah.
Jobs.
Yeah. It's I think it was Christmas time, man. The year before last, I got on that job, and was on it for a while, and we met each other, and yeah, we sort of had an instant connection. We clicked off pretty well, pretty easy to speak to, man, and I feel like you understood me pretty well. So yeah,
absolutely, bro. That's what that's the type of people that I've been wanting to, open up the space for on the podcast and connect with on the podcast, co-create the podcast with, people that and I was saying this to you before, I will say it again, people that I've crossed paths with on my journey, especially since coming out of, that shit hole that I was in.
Yep.
People that have really left an imprint on me, something special, positive, just something that I took away from, and it just was like a real good feeling, just that you shared so openly with me.
Yeah. Yep.
Shared so openly with me, with certain experiences that you've lived on your journey so far, and the art that you're creating with your rap, which is all of the stuff that we'll get into. But yeah, man, you just left an impression on me, and I wanted to get you on the podcast to just to share your world within with everyone else, because it's something that hit home for me with the stuff that you told me, and I thought, fucking share it with everyone else, bro. I think think there's many people out there that could get a lot out of you. You know what I mean?
100%, man. 100%. And yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that, because I always remember the first time we met, actually, because it spoke to me a lot. Obviously I got my brother's name tattooed on my neck, to represent that I've lost him. And I remember, you see a lot of new faces on everyday life, and, not many people give you the time of day to ask the question, but you looked at me, and you looked me in the face, and then you looked at my neck, and you said, "Who was Caleb to you?" And honestly, man, that spoke to me a whole lot. I rang my mum at the time, and I was like, "Oh, I've met a really fucking good person, and he's very on the spiritual side, like you are. My mum's very spiritual." And yeah, man, I was honestly just happy to share my story with you and to let you know a bit about myself and what I've been through. So yeah, it honestly, it meant a lot that you took time out of your day to ask me that question. So
fucking welcome, bro. I'm glad that I did.
yeah.
Because there's certain stories that you hear that I don't know. It just makes you realize that everyone's going through something, and everyone's been through something, and everyone goes through multiple things throughout their journey, and it can get on other levels fucking worse.
100%, man. Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
people take what they've got presently for granted, I think,
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
definitely take things for granted. And when I hear stories like yours, because I can take things for granted too, I think I can talk from experience there.
Yeah,
When I hear stories like yours, it sort of just brings you back to that grounding, like, fuck, man, like, be grateful
yeah,
for
man.
what you got because you don't know what you got
100%.
all
Yeah,
the time.
I was on my way here, driving in the car, speaking to one of my good mates, and obviously a bit of nerves kicking in, and I wanted to say to him because I'm very, very well spoken with him, and he just said to me, "Just imagine you're talking with me the whole time," and I was like, "Well, honestly, bro, I can do that, but I feel like I'm comfortable enough just to speak, from the heart and talk, talk with Corey. He understands a lot, and." Yeah, and you nailed it, bro. Like sometimes you just get caught up in the shit that's going on in the background. You don't actually think about how lucky you've got it, and
Mm.
some people have it way worse. And you think about the things that you're upset about at the time, and you just have to click yourself back into reality and realize, fuck, like I've actually got a good run here. Like I'm very thankful for what I have and the people I have, and
Mm,
it's not every day you meet somebody that, just, speaks to you. And when you meet them people, man, you just got to take them on board. So,
mm. Oh, fuck yeah, bring them. They're the ones you want to keep, eh?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, man. And, like we speak about, my little brother was one of them people, man. I was very, very blessed to have him as a brother. And, rest in peace, Caleb. He passed away in 2022, January the 30th. So, it's been a long, long journey since then. It's been crazy. I know my family is, yeah, man, it readjusted a lot of things, and it fucked up a lot of things in our lives, and we all cope with it in our own ways. But I like to think about every day as a new day, and if you can make it better than the last, then you do it because
Mm,
that, you know, I know for example, man, he did not think he was gonna go swimming and drown and not live to see another day. So when you go and do things like that, man, you're in a spot you shouldn't be, or you're living life on the edge. You just got to enjoy yourself and really be
mm.
appreciative of your surroundings and your people. So
Absolutely, man. It's funny you say that because I told you I went out for a run before you came here.
yeah,
And one of the things that come up is, a lot, I catch myself anticipating the future quite a lot. How things are going to go down, especially like with podcasts, how you're asking, what are we going to chat about?
yeah, yeah, 100%.
It's like, it doesn't matter. Like we're gonna have a chat. There's no plan to it. It doesn't matter how it goes down. Who gives a fuck how it goes down? Because like we live life like it is our last day here. Because the truth is, it could be our last day here. It could be someone that we love's last day here. And I don't want to be the type of guy that's gonna want to ruin a moment. Not to make the most out of a moment. And there's
Yeah,
moments that I do. Don't get me wrong, but I want to live every moment, as many moments as I can, to the fullest as well. So
100%. Yeah,
fucking, there's no I still get a little bit nervous before getting on a potty too.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
But man,
100%, man. Yeah,
you talk fucking well. You talk really well. Oh, you've obviously been through harder shit.
yeah. Oh man, like for as long as I can remember, man, it's been a fucking warpath for me. I just felt like I was that dude that never got a good run. Like it was like one thing after the next, and I didn't use that as a reason to be depressed or upset. I was already depressed and upset, but I used it more of as a motivation to, I've been through this today. Maybe tomorrow is going to be better. Like
Mm,
I think a positive mind, it makes so much difference, bro. Like if you're not positive about things, then like you might as well just give up, throw your
mm,
hands in the air and say fuck it,
mm.
because yeah, at the end of the day, there's plenty of people that want to do that. There's plenty of times I've wanted to do that, and I'm sure yourself, man. I'm sure that you've had enough,
Yeah,
and
fucking know.
I know your story, and yeah, like it gets to you sometimes, bro. Life's hectic, but you just got to think back and realize that there's only one. So this is it. This
Mm,
is the time that you gotta cherish. You gotta make the best of. And so fucking what, man? If something doesn't go to plan, doesn't go your way, make the next day better.
mm.
Improve on it. If it's out of your control, it's out of your control. You can't.
That's it, bro. And look, you and I, we're one individual making our own individual choices. I can't make choices for you. You can't make choices for me.
Yeah.
So I've got my own choices that I can make under control, but there's whatever they reckon 8 billion other people in here in the world making their own fucking choices. This is the shit we can't control.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Yeah.
making piss poor choices, good choices, bad choices,
Yep.
and those choices affect our reality. And that's where our reaction comes in. It's like, how are we going to react to this shit that we can't control?
Yep.
Like we literally have no fucking control of anything that goes down. So there's no point worrying about that shit, eh?
100%, man. It's like I love my football, and you go into every football match wanting to fucking win that game, but at the end of the day, you can't. You can be in control of how you play, but the way the ball bounces is not up to you.
Mm,
Like, you just sort of got to wrap it up and take it for what it is. And if you don't, man, it's going to crush you because you're going to be continually thinking about what if I did or what if I didn't do, or it's not up to you in the end of the day. Like,
mm.
life rolls how it rolls.
That's it. I think if your intentions are pure with whatever you're doing, the universe is going to have you back. To be
100%, man.
honest, in some
100%.
way, shape, or form. At
Yeah.
times, it's gonna look, man. You're gonna be like, you are a dog.
Yeah.
You're a dog, universe. Why the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
but
man.
100%.
And look, you wouldn't be human if you didn't think it at some stage.
Mm,
But you can't let that thought consume everything because if you sit there and you think every day that fucking the universe is against me, fuck this, it's never going to be on your side.
no, absolutely.
So,
All right, man. Let us give us a bit of a rundown. Like, where did you grow up? Give us a chat about your family, how mum and dad were.
yeah.
And your other siblings that you have. Sure,
Yeah.
I might just bring this over top.
Yeah. Go for it, man. Wherever's comfy for you.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, I was born in Adelaide, man. I lived there till I was 4 years old, so obviously not much memory from there. But moved to a small town in New South Wales called Orange, which is it's grown a lot over the years. It's peaking. It's become a city now. So there's lots of people back home. I still got a lot of love and respect for. But growing up in Orange was tough, bro. Like, um, you know, obviously up here you have so much more opportunity. You go to the beach, you can go to the theme parks. Your horizons are much wider. But in Orange, it just felt like I was stuck in a little hole, trying to be the cool kid, trying to do shit that other kids wouldn't do to get clout, get respect, and yeah, I found myself pretty young, bro. Like I was dabbling with well, I was 12 when I started to drink and started smoking pot around 13, and started dabbling with other drugs around 14, and I was 14 years old when I smoked my first pipe, bro. Like,
Crystal,
yeah, yeah. So
14.
14, man.
That's really young. Well, I guess I had like a dip of gack, that old school fucking speed.
Yeah,
When I was 14. I think it's like a similar
much of a muchness. Yeah,
much of muchness, but
yeah,
smoking it. It's fucking
yeah.
a different story too, you know what I mean? There's another
It,
level to it.
man, honestly, it was. I'd done party drugs like pingers and all that sort of shit, and when I had my first pipe, it sort of just was like, fuck, well, like, this is crazy. I could go one or two ways here. I can either never do this again or I can do it more often. And unfortunately, I chose to do it more often, bro. And, I was a dad at 17, which changed my life horrendously. And I try to be the best father I can for my daughter. She's a beautiful little girl. So, and just my reason to keep being better. But at the time, I was very young and stupid and didn't realize how well and how good I had it and how blessed I was to have my daughter. And I think I took it, a bit for granted. And by the time I was 18, man, I was fully on the pipe full time and lost my job and had no purpose really. Like I thought that smoking ice was what I was here to do, and yeah, it's a stupid way of thinking, man. Because once I give it in and realized how bright, the other side is. I haven't really turned back, man.
We forget, hey, like we forget natural happiness, and when we go like leap into something like that, we experience some type of euphoric high, another like a higher level that is you just can't keep on keeping on with it. But
No,
you
yeah,
forget what natural happiness is like, not until you finally experience, the period getting off of it and then slowly walking back into that. Oh fuck, this is like
it's hectic, bro.
this is this is what I remember now. I remember home a little bit more.
100%, man. And I still remember the turning point for me. I'd come home after a 3 day bender and I fucking was out of my brains, man. And I walked into me mum's bathroom where I knew the bong was, sparked up a cone, sat there. It was her weed. I had no right to just walk in and smoke it, but I thought I was entitled, man. Like fuck it, it's my parents' weed. I'll do what I want. But
Mm,
I guess a lot of that thought process in my head come with the drugs that I was on. And I remember my mum walking in and saying to me, Tyson, what are you doing? Are you all right? And I looked her dead in the eyes, bro, and I was like, I've been up for 3 days, mum. Do I look all right?
mm,
And she just busted into tears, bro. And like, I fucking, I realized what I was doing to my family at that point. I went to bed, I slept for probably a good 12 hours, and I woke up the next day. And I said to my mum, look, I'm giving myself 3 weeks, and I want you to pinpoint the day that I say this to the 3 week mark. If I'm not off it in 3 weeks on my own, you're putting me in rehab. And 3 weeks later, bro, I was clean.
yeah, nice.
So I feel like yeah, a lot of people tell me to pat myself on the back for that, but I just feel like it was something I needed to do, bro. I had a beautiful daughter that needed me more than anything, and had loving parents, and my brother was alive at the time. He was very young, and what he watched me go through all that, and obviously it impacted him a lot, bro, because he looked up to me,
Mm,
and I just wanted to be better and do better. And there's like sometimes you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. And
yeah,
I was at that stage. So,
yeah. That's awesome, bro. And you're right. It is like it is. There is a big ripple effect with it, and I think a lot of people struggle with that part of it as well. So the damage that those ripples do, and they do it. Everyone damages.
yeah,
Everyone has their own ripples effects that they push on out.
yeah,
But people hold on to those and cause more ripples. They hate what they've done, so they drown themselves in more drugs, create more ripples, more
yeah, yeah,
more karma for themselves, and they just stay attached to that past, which
100%, man.
continues to fuck up their present. You know what I mean? Like if you were to do that, like held on to that, I'm sure there would have been like levels of shame and regret of what you were doing to yourself and to your family,
Yeah,
holding on to shit like that, like I used to do.
yeah,
Cause more drama in my life.
100%, man. And like dudes I used to knock around with back in Orange, smoking ice with, they're now shooting it up and they're just proper addicted, like can't stop, man. A shadow of their former self, really.
Mm. Like
And
past, is it part? Are they past? You know how there's that line
yeah,
you can go beyond and you cannot come back.
that's them, man. And it's sad, you leave them people behind in the past, but I still have a lot of good memories of them people, man. And I remember when they were easy to talk to and they understood. And it's like speaking to a brick wall now, bro. Like
Uh,
you just can't get through to them people. They're on their own path and they've chose the darkness.
mm,
And for me, man, I wasn't willing to spend another day in the dumps. I was over it. And I still struggle at times with the alcohol, bro. Alcohol is massive for me. I think because it's so easy and so well, like it's so accepted in our society these days, bro. Like nobody fucking dogs you for drinking. It's like, come have a beer, come have a beer. Smoking ice is a different story. People are like, no, I don't want to hang around that dude. He's fucking smoking crack. But
yeah.
but everyone wants to have a beer, bro. And
Yeah.
it's like you got to learn how to balance it. I've about 7 months ago, I found a fitness journey when I just decided one day I woke up and I was like, I'm fucking sick of drinking all the time. Similar to with the ice and wanted to make a change. And I went really hard in the gym and jogging and for my football and all sorts. But yeah, like I still find myself coming unstuck at times because I let the alcohol speak.
Mm.
And like you've said it to me before, bro, like don't let like it's all good to do things in, you have a little bit here and there. It's all good to do it like that, but don't let the drugs speak to you and take over.
Mm.
And alcohol is a drug, bro. It's the same shit. Like,
This is where people get caught up. So drugs is everything to me. You know what I mean? Like we all have got to get sober from something, and that something can be something invisible. It can be a neurotic thought, like a thought of fucking disbelief that you're not capable of doing something, and that fucking toxic druggy thought that you continue to feed and feed and feed like a fucking junkie
yep,
is also something that we need to get sober from, because that's bringing toxic things to our life, our within world and our without world. Because what
yeah,
happens within happens without. So, like, when I think there's a lot of people that like they put themselves above everyone else and they're like, oh, drug addict, drug addict, drug addict. And it's like, you have a good look at yourself, but too,
yeah,
like you are also a drug addict. Like you are using this one thing too much, which could be a thought or a person or just anything. You spoke about balance before. It's about balance. It's like
yep,
there's
yep,
there's always going to be something bad that we're consuming. We have to consume bad things because without the experience of bad, we don't have the experience of good. There's that balance there of yin and yang,
yep.
up and down, in and out, dark and light.
100%, man. 100%. And you just gotta remember who you are at the end of the day. Like, if you get too caught up in anything, you start to lose yourself, man. Even some of the greatest artists, they get caught up too much in their work, their music, and they forget who they are. They're writing about these experiences they've been through, but they're not sitting there and they're not taking the time to realize what they're going through at the time. And like you need to just self-reflect sometimes and realize, you are who you are, and you can't push the boundaries too much with shit like that. It's good to have your balance, like you say, and it's good to not overpressure yourself. But if you realize that there's a problem, you need to address it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just let it slide. And the biggest thing for me when I started to go to the gym, man, it wasn't building physical strength, it was building mental strength.
Mm.
Um, and it's like you wake up and you don't want to get out of bed, but you're like, it's 4 a.m. I got to hit the gym. I got to get this done. And it's not about the muscles that you're building at the time. It's about the push and the drive that you give yourself. And when you get out of bed and you do these things and the muscles come and it's like, oh, like it seems worth it. But it all starts up here, bro. It's not just a thing that your body just switches into gear and does. You have to make yourself want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with anything. Like if you've had enough of smoking, you've had enough of drinking, you've had enough of whatever, like you want to make a
If
change.
you're big enough, like you're physically unfit and unhealthy enough, like
Yeah,
that'll you you fucking get yourself far enough, you'll need be forced to change.
100%, bro.
Yeah.
Yep. And when you realize these things and you get to a certain stage in your life and you're ready to make them changes, you just feel better, you feel happier. And for me personally, bro, and I know I speak for you as well, like when you realize that there's a problem and you change it, it's a win. It's so good. It's a great feeling. Like,
Mm. That's a drug in itself too. That's a drug that's worth chasing. That that like power. You're experiencing your own power, that your own self discipline, that you can actually do something.
100%, bro.
You know?
Nailed it.
And
Yeah.
like it's easy to get to that point, eh? It's easy to get to the end of a pipe because it's so
Yeah.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's hells that disguise themselves as heavens at the end of the day. The road
Yeah.
to hell is like heaven, they say. The road back to heaven is fucking like hell. Like if you eat enough shit food and become this, overweight, unhealthy, physically person, and your mental health will be cooked too, because whatever's going on up there is like you were saying,
Yeah. Yeah.
that road back towards heaven, back towards having a healthy body physically and, a healthy mind is going to be brutal.
Yeah. 100%, bro. And like, just speaking from experience, like if you see the signs early, like, and you've got control over it, don't let it go too far. Nip it on the butt when you got the chance. Like,
Mm.
take advantage of your strengths, because when one day you may feel so fucking strong and then in control of everything, and you can lose it so quick, man, if you just let things like substance abuse and shit like that take control. Because you may be sitting there having a pipe one day and thinking, oh, it's all right, I can quit tomorrow. I've got it under wraps. Someone comes and offers you more, bro, and you're like, oh, fuck, it's only one more. It's only one more. When's enough? Like when the fuck do you give up on this and say enough's enough? Like,
I think people have got to, if they can't nip it on the butt, the universe puts things in place to teach them the hard way, like I know it fucking did with me.
yeah,
Really did. But like my mate Mitch that I had on here, who was from Orange as well.
yeah,
He
yeah.
was on the week before I was a loner on the loner podcast by myself. He
Yeah.
oh, fucking hell, what did he let me know something. Where was I going with that? Can you recall?
You had Mitch on the podcast when it was when you were doing your loner podcast, and
Mm.
he'd come on and something he'd said had spoken to you. So
Yeah, fuck, I can't remember now. I've lost track of it.
yeah.
Anyway, continue on. That happens regularly with me. That's the way, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh,
Get
amen, brother. If I had a joint before this, I'd be off with the fairies. I wouldn't be doing too good right now. So,
Oh no, I'm
um,
better off for it. Trust me.
yeah, yeah. No, I honestly like that weed's the end of the night for me, man. If I'm fucking off the bed, it's spark a joint. It's sleepy time.
Sleepy time. You wouldn't dream.
No, man. Look, to be honest with you, it's funny that you mentioned that because, like I normally smoke once a night, and it's normally a fucking blunt or a joint, and
Mm.
I'll have a joint at the end of the night, call it quits. It's bedtime, pass out in the lounge, whatever it is. But it, I haven't noticed my dreams for a long time because of this, and recently I've stopped smoking every day, and I've cut it back to maybe once every few days, a couple times a week. And my dreams have been so intense, bro. Like so fucking hectic. Like I'm having like reminiscences of me old like lifestyle in Orange, and like I'm back in my old school, and just shit's hectic. And I wake up, I'm like, fuck, man, I need to have a joint. Like this shit's too much. It's like a fucking movie going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro, it's hectic, but
Oh, same here, bro. You ask Kels, so I can get pretty wild up in my dreams. I think
yeah,
that's one of the good reasons for it. Like I get next level.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
like I have terrifying dreams, and it comes out like in my body and shit like that.
Yeah, and you know what? Like growing up, and before smoking too much and that, I remember my dreams were real intense and real vivid, and like sometimes I couldn't remember what was going on, but I remember it being so hectic and so terrifying, and waking up just in pure sweats and just like, what the fuck is going on?
Buckets of sweats for me too, eh?
Yeah, and it's like in the moment when you're asleep, it's full on, and you're in that moment, and then you wake up and it's like instant. Like I can't remember what just happened to me, but I was in another realm, bro. Like
Mm.
I wasn't asleep. I was off somewhere else. Like it's crazy.
That's why I love exploring when I get a chance, the plant medicines, the psychedelics and stuff. Like
Yeah,
your consciousness is going on an exploration. You're going on a spiritual excursion. Like you're seeing things. Like I can get myself on solo journeys and stuff that with the mushrooms and stuff where I full leave me body and shit like that.
yeah,
Like and just go explore and I've found the more that I surrender to it, the more that I pay my respects to it, surrender to it, the more it shows me,
yeah.
the deeper it can take me.
100%,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, and I've done them a few times myself. Mushrooms, like fucking good handful of times
Mm,
actually, but yeah, I've had some good experiences, bro. And it's like the more you sit there and try and battle with it, and it's like, nah, this isn't real. This isn't real. Nah, it's fucking real. Just enjoy
mm.
the ride, like.
Just enjoy the messages. Like if you're using it to abuse it, it's not gonna give you the message that you need. It's a fucking intelligent plant, that one, like the psilocybin and like the magic mushrooms and the ayahuasca and stuff. Like
Yeah, yeah,
they're conscious, like they have, everything is conscious. So
yeah,
the
yeah,
messages that one just needs to experience it for themselves to know what I'm talking about. There, it's something you actually can't explain to people.
yeah,
So
yeah.
go and have a go yourself, and
Oh,
then judge it.
100%, bro. And it's like, I have people ask me sometimes, they may have never tried ice, and like, what's ice like? They want a rundown of what it's like. I don't like to give it to people, man. It's like it's just something that and God forbid they don't do it, but it's something that you have to experience yourself to know why you either want to do it or why you don't want to do it.
Mm,
And you know, a weak soul will always give in, but you know, things like mushrooms and that, man, it's a different stage and it's a different feeling. And like you say, you channel something that's not, you know, it's a big difference between smoking a pipe and staying up all night and just fucking playing pokies on your phone rather
mm,
than eating a mushroom and channeling something inside of you. And you know, a lot of emotions come to the surface, and it's like fuck, you get to feel things that you haven't felt before.
mm,
It is, yeah, it really is just an experience that, you know, you can't explain to somebody. They just have to sort of feel it on
mm.
their own.
And you need to give yourself space if you're doing it the right way. You need to give yourself like some good space to do that work too. And space is the key for healing. Like with the
Yeah,
retreats that I do, it's just the space that my mate Mitch and I create. Boom, everyone else comes in and co-creates the day without them. None of it's
yeah,
possible either. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. No, 100%, man. I feel that for
Mm.
sure. Yeah,
But man, give us a bit of a rundown quickly. How was mum and dad growing up? Because I know like what leads us to these sort of places in life, like with addiction and all that sort of stuff. It's like I come from a real good family, so I'm not
yeah,
saying come from home or anything like that. It's always interesting to know, how home life was, how school life was,
yeah,
any other sort of main environment outside of that too. Because like I said, I come from a good family, and it was the outside environments where I sort of got stuck.
yeah. Man, growing up was always a little bit tough for me. I was a middle child, so like my little brother was very young. I'm 6 years older than him. My older brother's 3 years older than I am. So there's like a 9 year gap between my younger brother and older brother, and then me sitting in the middle. And my older brother, he's a smart dude, bro. He's a high school maths teacher, and my little brother was sort of just trying to find himself, and he looked up to both of us. You know, he could have gone either way with the way he wanted to present himself and the person he wanted to be, but he always he thought the sun shined down my ass, man. He loved me to bits, and I'll always love and you know cherish that thought that my brother thought I was the greatest, you know. And you know, growing up, I didn't really realize uh, how much he loved me and how much I had to be a role model. I sort of just did my own thing, and my lifestyle at home, man, was a bit rough. Like my mum and dad were heavy drinkers growing up, and a lot of fighting. And mum smoked pot, obviously. So the first time I actually ever smoked pot, I took the weed off mum and went and seen a few boys at school, and fucking we had a blaze and that. And that shit was always pretty normal to me, man. Like fights at home, like drinking and all that sort of shit. It sort of crafted me into who I am now. In a sense that, you know, like I was always destined to do something, whether it be, you know, you see something happen and you either go one or two ways. You either go against it or you go with it. And my older brother went away from it, bro, but I went with it. So I got into the drinking, the smoking, the pot, and fucking, you know, it escalated to the next thing, you know, doing drugs. And yeah, life at home was a bit tough for me, man. Like, because I didn't really feel like I was. I don't know. I didn't feel like I was accepted and I was in a good spot. As much as I knew my parents loved me, I I I felt like home wasn't home, bro. And I always remember young trying to move in with my friends, like, hey, fucking, if I run away and come live with you, you reckon it'd be all right? And like, yeah, like we can give it a go. And like 2 days later, my dad would pick me up and be like, can't get home. And you know, it's just it was tough at times, man. It was tough. And like me and my parents actually we don't speak at the moment. We had a falling out about fuck, Christmas time last year.
Oh, it's a fair while.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry, bro.
No,
That would not be easy.
no, and like I'm the sort of person, man, that looks for my parents a lot, and I have growing up. And you know, as much as I resented them at times, and shit went down, and I didn't want anything to do with them, when shit hit the fan, I always come to my mum and my dad for help, and they were always there. Which they were great parents in that sense, bro, but they weren't the best role models. And they sort of made me who I am today, I guess. I've learned a lot of life lessons off them, whether it be negative or positive.
Mm.
But it's made me react the way I have to life and make decisions that I want to make. And I always hated to agree with my parents because I always thought they were wrong, bro. And always just because of how they acted in front of me. And yeah, when we had that falling out, Christmas time, and I've only spoken to him once since then. It was on my brother's anniversary this year, and we had a massive fight. And a lot of things were said from both parties that weren't good, man. And we just left it at that. And uh, I don't know how I feel. Like I don't know. I feel like I'm good. I'm a man. I can do this shit on my own. I feel good, but at the same time, there's always that thought in the back of your head, like you never know when the last day you speak to somebody, bro. That could have been the last time. I don't know if they're gonna die tomorrow or if they're gonna outlive me.
Mm.
Not sure, but um, yeah, I guess the fact is that I know where I stand and where my morals lie, and I'm gonna stick true to my guns, bro.
Yeah,
So
that's it. That is it, bro. Honestly, like I don't know the full story there, but if you can be honest with yourself and stick to your, the things that you believe in hard,
yeah,
then and like this is what's happening in the world really dramatically right now. There is people that are sort of breaking away from old cycles and old patterns, and they're going a trajectory. I think I got that word right of this way.
yeah,
And then there's some people, unfortunately, a lot of these people are family too, and they are going the opposite way. So it's like a new earth and an old earth. And, there's people out there, like people that are breaking the patterns and the cycles, stepping out of that line. Obviously doing a whole heap of work to better themselves so they can be number one and be the best for their kids and all that sort of thing. But I do not blame any of the older generation. I know that they've been born into a system that has been cooked the fuck up,
yeah,
and they
yeah,
didn't have social media back then. Social media can take people one of those two ways as well.
yeah, yeah, 100%, man. Yeah,
Like it's allowed people to wake up, but it's also allowed people to stay stuck into that, like just show the circus, the show.
yeah, yeah. That's it, man. And look, like you say, it's the old generation, we don't know how they had it. And times are tough in every generation, bro. It's just it's a different type of tough, I guess. And I know for a fact my parents used to speak on it a lot, how tough their upbringing was in certain aspects. But it's a chain reaction, bro. It's monkey see, monkey do. Like if you see this shit happen and you continue to do it, when's the right time to break the cycle, bro? Like
Mm,
I have a daughter that, like I've mentioned before, that loves me and she looks up to me so much, and I couldn't imagine um being a bad role model, man. Like there's times where I let myself down. I think, fuck, I should have done that better, like I
uh,
shouldn't have done that. And like I say, with the drinking, like maybe I shouldn't have too many beers around her because it's just setting a bad example. But it's what I seen growing up. I just seen drinking. I seen fucking fights. I seen sometimes it was normal. Sometimes it wasn't. Like
mm,
it was up and down. And you know, I just hope that eventually one day, whether I hope it starts with me, bro. I hope it breaks the cycle for my daughter and she can show her children and her children's children onwards from that, bro. That like life's good, and just to soak up the good things, not the fucking drugs, the alcohol, and
mm,
the shit that you don't really need to infiltrate your mental strength, bro. Like,
mm. Absolutely, it's leading by example.
yeah, yeah,
And that's where I got lost before. I thought Mitch sent me this that I had on last week, who's from Orange. He sent me this video. This guy, he's pretty full on, this guy, where he talks about it, but he's like, with fucking, drug addicts and like whoever's going through their shit, everyone, leave them the fuck alone,
yeah,
because you got to get them, you got to get out of their way. They're on their path. They're going down their path, whether you like it or not.
yeah,
You can be there as support and guidance and have your hand out and try and guide, lead the horse to water, but can't make that horse drink that water at the end of the day. Like
no, no,
he was right with what he's saying. He's very aggressive about how he says it in this video, but he's like, you've got to get the fuck out of their way.
yeah,
Just let the process unfold, because the process is unfolding.
yep,
whether you like it or not. So, man, I think it's just it is leading by example. Like you are, the way that you talk and what I've seen in you, like you are stepping out of that line, and that's what your daughter, whatever, monkey see, monkey do, whatever
Yeah,
you do, your daughter's going to really absorb that.
yeah, and look, man, if that's what it takes, for me changing my ways and setting an example to break that stigma and change shit for generations to come, I'm fucking happy that I've done my job.
Hmm. Absolutely. It's a big job, man. Like it's a big job dissolving belief systems and dissolving old ways and that.
Yeah,
We learn and take on all this shit for like the first half of our journey, and then like now we're at a stage where we're like, fuck, we got to unlearn a lot of shit,
yeah,
dissolve a lot of shit, so we don't pass that shit onto our kids. We will pass shit onto them, whether we like it or not, unconsciously. We've got
yeah,
to like I accept that,
yep,
but like I know that I'm working on it. And it's good to see other people are working on it too. Like,
yeah, man, 100%,
hmm.
yeah,
um, yeah, man. Well, fucking give us give us a little rundown about that what unfolded with you, bro. How did that all unfold, man? Like you told us the story in that when I was working in the fucking alley mac, like very briefly. Like
yeah,
there's a lot of shit and distractions going on there. But I remember from what you told me. This is the thing, along with your rap that you showed me that left a really big impact on me. So
yeah.
if you wouldn't mind sharing.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. It's funny because I get asked this question. I wouldn't say regularly, but when people hear the song, they want to know more about what happened. So it is a question that I've been asked a few times. And man, so basically, what happened, right? I'd gone through a bit of shit. I've been through a breakup, and I'd done some things that I shouldn't have done out of anger, and I was in a bit of trouble with the police, bro, at the time. Same as my little brother, because he was there with me and had my back. And
As you do, good on him.
yeah,
Good on him.
yeah. So I just remember the phone call, man. Like, I was like, bro, I need you. You fucking shit's going down. Like, come here now. 2 seconds, bro. I'm in my car. I mean, I'm there. He was like that, bro. He was a fucking. He was a great brother, and
Was he a bit of a loose cannon,
man, he
or
like
could be?
we go back to that monkey see, monkey do shit, and like I wasn't a saint myself, so yeah, he's seen a lot of shit from me, and just he sort of at times he didn't agree with everything I did, but he always respected my decision and always had my back. And yeah, he was for his age, man. He was just yeah, he was a bit of a wild cunt. Like he he definitely was his own person, and he didn't let anyone's opinion stop him from what he wanted to do. So
Good on him. I love that.
yeah, but so yeah, going back to all this shit, man. It was 2022. Yeah,
What's that? 3
3 and a bit years
and a bit
now.
years.
Yeah, so 3.5 years. It's well, he died at 18, and this year, I'm 28. He's 6 years young. It would have been his 22nd birthday in September this year. So,
Mm.
yeah, he's missed out on a lot of things, and yeah, it's been a fucking massive journey without him. But around the time of his passing, bro, like I said, I was in a bit of shit with the police, and fucking I was on bail, and so was he for the same shit. And uh, I was planning to move to Sydney, bro, and start fresh. And I'd just been back and forth between Sydney and Orange for the last 3 months, living with a friend, trying to get over this breakup and working up there, like still plastering what I do now. And I made a decision, and I was like, fuck this, like, I'm going to start a life up here. I looked at a football club I wanted to play for. I had accommodation set. I had work. I was ready to go. I come back one weekend, had my going away drinks, bro, and we fucking stayed up and we partied hard. Like me and my brother, we were the last two standing. It was like 4 in the morning, on the bags and shit as you do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember just having like a real heartfelt conversation with him. And at the time I thought it was a drug speaking, but it was obviously something bigger than that, man. And I looked him dead in his eyes and I hugged him and I said, "It's me and you against the fucking world, bro." And I really meant what I said. And I don't know why, but when I said it, like I had goosebumps, bro, and I said that to him, and I'm glad that I did because it was one of the last things I did say to him that would have stuck with him. You know, it was probably, I don't know, for example, but it might have been one of the things running through his head when he took his last breath. You never know.
100%, brother. That gets carried. I'm, my personal belief that
Yeah,
gets carried to the next adventure with him. And what a beautiful fucking.
thing to
Oh
say.
fuck yeah, man!
Yeah,
That's unreal. That's
yeah,
magical.
yeah. So, man, I was fucking, as hard as the situation was, I was very happy that I got to say that to him because a lot of people don't get closure and don't get to say goodbye.
Mm.
But I didn't necessarily get to say goodbye, but that was my goodbye to him. So, yeah, I said that to him. We continued to drink. It was late in the morning, and fucking last thing when we split, and I was going home, and he was going elsewhere to his friends. I think it was I'll see you later, bro. I'll see you later, and we slapped five, give him a hug and whatnot. And I come back to my boy's house, where I was staying at the time, and ended up just chilling out, crashed out and whatnot. And I woke up the next day fucking hungover, bro. And I was like, I can't drive to Sydney today. Like, I got to postpone this shit for another day, bro. Like, yeah. So
Hurting.
oh man, fucking sore head, sore body, you know. So I called my boy that I was supposed to go and stay with in Sydney. And I said, bro, I'll be there tomorrow. I'm not coming today. And I sort of just sat there for a bit, bro, after that conversation with my mate. And I was like, I fucking need a feed. So
Mm.
like my little brother, he missed the money bags back in the day because
Oh
he
yeah.
was doing his thing. Yeah, I won't say too much on that, but yeah, he was loaded, bro, and he had his hookups and shit. So I called him and I was like, hey, bro, and fucking. Oh, sorry. I called him first and didn't answer, and then he called me back, and I was like, "Hey, bro," and he's like, "What'd you call me for?" I was like, "Fuck, I was starving, man. I was gonna hit you up for some money for some KFC, hey." And he's like, "You still need?" I was like, "No, no, I'm right, bro. I sorted it." Had me feeding that beforehand, and I was good. I laid back. This was maybe 12 o'clock. I think it was a Sunday, by memory. And then about 2 o'clock, I got a phone call off my mum, just in hysterics, like, "You need to fucking get hold of your mate Tyler. He knows where Caleb is. He's gone swimming and he's jumped in and he hasn't come back up." And she just was so fucking full on, bro. Like, I couldn't understand. She was just screaming down that fucking phone. And I was like, whoa. She hung up on me. And I rang my boy Tyler. I was like, hey, bro, what's going on? Like, where's Caleb? And he's like, I don't know. He's asked for directions to go out swimming at the waterfalls, out at Forest Reef, sorry. And I was like, well, did you give him the directions? He's like, I couldn't explain where to go because I don't know unless I'm driving myself, but I give him rough directions. He worked it out, man. He worked out how to get out there. And he'd gone out there after a weekend of hectic rain in Orange, and the waterfalls were just fucking booming, bro. Like, it was full. They were just rushing in hard. And he was with a bunch of his mates, and he'd obviously had a big night the night before. He's woken up, he's punched a few billies, he's stoned, he's just not thinking straight. But his boys are like, nah, don't jump in. It's too hectic. But him being him, and he'd been there with his older brother's mates in the previous weekends, and he thought, "Oh, I'll show these boys. I'm no pussy." Like,
Yeah.
yeah, man. He jumped in and fucking he'd come up once, and he'd come up once and he asked for help, and then he went back under. Two of his mates, shout out Jack Tracy and Caleb Tamatea, they jumped in, bro, tried to save him and nearly drowned themselves,
Mm.
trying to save him. So yeah, it was crazy, bro. He come up once after that and got on my mate's back, on Jack's back, I think it was by memory, and then just got sucked back under, bro. And he didn't come back, and we didn't get him till 4 days later.
Fuck.
So yeah, it was 4 days of just fucking heartache, bro. Wondering where he is, when are we gonna get him back? Like, is he? My parents are thinking, is he alive or is he dead? And I knew in the back of my brain, bro, I knew that he was gone, but that
Mm.
they hadn't have come to accept that yet.
Mm. Yeah,
And
just any fucking slither of hope, I would have probably done the same.
yeah, and yeah, like you just can't put into words, bro. It rocked the fuck out of everybody. And honestly, I'd never seen my older brother in such distraught. Never seen my parents like that. And the night that he'd gone missing, man, I slept in his bedroom at home because I wasn't living it with my parents at the time. And I slept in his bedroom at home, and I didn't get a wink of sleep that whole fucking night besides 5 minutes, man. And in the 5 minutes that I fell asleep, I dreamt about him, and he said thank you to me. And that was it. Thank you. And that was
Mm.
I just seen his face, and he said thank you, and that was it. I woke back up, and it was fucking gone. And yeah, that's what happened, bro. And that's how it all fucking went down. And after that, I didn't move to Sydney. I stayed in Orange to look after my parents for a while because I knew that they couldn't be alone. They were so upset and depressed, and I needed to be there for them. And it wasn't until, yeah, 9 months later that I fucking, I knew they were doing well enough that I could leave. They weren't doing well, but they were doing well enough that I could leave them.
Mm.
I moved up here and started my new life, bro, and I haven't looked back since.
Fuck, man, I am. That's heavy. Thanks for sharing, firstly, man.
No, that's all right.
And I'm sorry for your loss. You know, the loss of, you know, heaps of friends have experienced this loss and family. Just sounds like he was, you know, loved and
Yeah,
liked by a lot of people. So I am sorry, brother.
yeah, yeah. No, he was a fucking he was a well and truly loved person, man. And yeah, he's they say the good die young, and he definitely was good, bro, and he definitely
Mm.
died young. So
Yeah, that is true, man. The good dude die young.
yeah,
But how did this, like, with your parents and things like that? Like, you openly share this sort of stuff.
yeah,
I believe you openly share like a lot of things. Like, you're a rapper and that you got to be able to express yourself, right?
yeah,
If you want
yeah.
to be, release your gifts and your art and your creativity to people. Do your parents talk about, the moments they've lived on their journey that they've kept trapped inside that they haven't resolved? Like,
Yeah,
where are they at the moment? Like, does this like just lead to more drinking and shit like that?
yeah. I feel like over the course of my life, man, I've spoke to my parents about a lot of different shit that they've been through, a lot of experiences, and yeah, they talk about it. They talk about a lot of things, man. There's a lot of things that they kept quiet to me for a lot of years that I found out later down the track, and um, I guess yeah, with their journey, man. From what I've seen and from what I've experienced, that they haven't coped well with what they've been through, and certain times that they've had hard times in their life, and they've just drank that away, bro. Like it's for them, instead of feeling the pain, they've drunk it away, and it never goes away, bro. It comes up more often than ever when you drink. Like,
Yeah,
you might go away for 5 minutes while you're having a good time, and you're drinking, and you're smiling because your team's up in the footy, or you're having a fucking barbecue and shit's off your mind. But when everyone goes to bed and you're sitting there with a glass of whiskey or a fucking beer in your hand, bro, it's like, well, what now? Like,
yeah,
and that's how they've been. So
yeah. Sitting with yourself hasn't been an easy one for me. I know that's been the hardest thing I've had to do.
yeah,
Like, there is, and like, you can distract yourself with anything. Social media and phones is a big one, but like music, you can distract yourself with. But like, there's with music is medicine too. Like, you want to be giving yourself, like, if you want, let's talk about consumption and that. Then it's about consuming shit. Right at the end of the day, it's like, what do you want to consume then?
yeah,
What do you want to consume with your eyes? Do you want to watch the news every night, be filled with fucking fear and negativity, or do you want to fuck that shit off and read a book? Read a book that's good for your mindset or something like that. Replace that consumption with something good.
yeah, yeah, 100%, man. And you know, I don't like to judge people because everyone's got their own shit, and you never know what someone's going through. But
Mm,
I feel like there was better ways to handle the situations that they had been through than the way that they did. And I don't know, like anyone can play victim, bro, and say poor me, but we all got our own shit. We're all going through our own stuff, and it's the harder the situation, man. The more sweet the success is when you overcome it,
mm,
and if like, I'm not saying I'll ever be fixed and healed from losing my brother, bro. Never. Like, it's always in the back of my head. But I know for pure fact that he wouldn't want me sitting there doing the wrong thing, and fucking wouldn't want me drinking my life away, and drugging my life away, bro. When I got a daughter there, he'd be looking down, thinking, "You're a fucking idiot, bro. Get your head in, like, pull
Yeah,
your head in."
yeah, 100%. And see that's a mindset. Like you've set that up, and
Yeah,
that's a real thing because that's not going to block you and stop you.
no,
And
no,
it's like, where does that thought, and gives that thought power. It's like there's something more divine there going on too. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah,
with the people that we lose and everything like that.
yeah, 100%, man. You really just got to take life for how it comes, and fucking one day you might wake up and you might be listening to this podcast right now, and you might one day, you may never have experienced what I've experienced, but one day you might.
Yeah.
And I hope that my words and what I'm saying to you and how to cope with this situation helps along your journey, because fuck, man, I didn't get these words of advice from anybody. I just had to work it out.
Mm.
So,
And
uh,
talk it out. You got to talk it out too, right?
yeah, bro, 100%. The more you sit there and you just let it stew on your mind, you're just asking for pain, because it's just building inside. It's
Mm.
not getting released anywhere.
Yeah. 100%, man. What doesn't grow rots.
Yep.
What doesn't grow rots for sure.
Yeah.
With all of this that unfolded, like where did rap come into it? Did that come? Were you do it? Did your brother get into the rap with you? Like,
Nah,
did this come after?
nah. So the rap thing come ages ago, man. I started spitting rhymes. Fuck, I think I was 15 when I started writing shit, trying to write my own stuff. Like, I remember I'd listen to like Ghetto Vet by Ice Cube and fucking just get his lyrics and change the lines up, bro, and just spit to that beat. I was like, fuck, this is sick. But the thing that really clicked off with me, I watched Notorious, the movie, yeah, Biggie Smalls.
I love Biggie, man. I got him tattooed on my leg with a few of them.
Yeah, bro, Biggie was the fucking man. And yeah, well, I watched that movie with my boys back at the time. We were all sitting around just in my bedroom, fucking smoking pot, just watching Biggie. And I was like, the movie spoke to me, man. I was like, fuck, that's awesome. Like, I really want to do this shit. And obviously, I was inspired by like a lot of Aussie rap at the time. So my style sort of come from, old school 90s hip hop, and a mixture of like, I suppose, now newish school Aussie hip hop. But yeah, I just started writing shit, man, and fucking it slowly become like a hobby, I guess. There was times when I'd write shit and people used to laugh at the shit I'd write, man. And it's like the more I kept into it and the more real I got with my lyrics and the more stories I had to tell people, they sort of just fucking absorbed it in, bro. And my fan base isn't huge, bro, but I do have some loyal fans that love to listen to my shit and ask me when's the next song coming, and that alone is good enough for me. Like,
You mentioned to me before that you're working on an album now. You got a good chunk of it done so far.
yeah, so not too long ago when I first moved to Brisbane, I was finding it hard to find places to record, and I still am, but I've been putting my feelers out, and I've found a few spots where I could possibly get some shit done, and yeah, it's inspired me, bro, to write some more, get some more shit done. And out of nowhere, man, I just fucking started going ape shit on it again. I'm like halfway through an album again, and bars are just fucking coming to me head. Like, I'm listening to beats again. I'm feeling the love for it more and more. And I'm like, well, why the fuck not? Like, I've already got one album out. Let's do another. Like,
Yeah,
so
fucking know.
I'm hoping, and like, don't hold me to it. Let me have me space. But life's hectic. But I want to get this shit out very soon. So yeah, I'm hoping maybe towards the end of the year or start of mid next year, there'll be the album. So I'm gonna start by releasing one track at a time, I guess, and just some more music videos, and I'll keep some in the vault, and then fucking bang,
Mm.
you'll see the album. So
Yeah, magic, brother. You've
yeah,
obviously already um, written a few,
yeah, yeah,
spat a few.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
got one that you might wanna share?
Fuck, 100%, man. Yeah.
I'd love that. I'll just say it because I've never done it on here before, bro. I've never. I don't know how it's going to go down with this, but I'm assuming like if we set them up a little bit away from us, maybe I can hold the beat here.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you can spit there, like, or you want to hold it, whatever you feel comfortable with, to be honest.
Yeah. Fuck, bro. I'm easy. Yeah, I can get a beat going, and this is just like if I'm gonna spit something, bro, I want to spit something raw. So I guess I'll spit something that I wrote. This is a song I wrote in two different parts. So I wrote the first verse and then I wrote the second verse at different times. But it sounds really good to this fucking beat, so I just want to spit it together.
100%.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, if you want to get it going,
Yeah, let's do it. You just take your time with it, bro. There's no time limit here.
yeah, sweet, bro.
We'll just have a little bit of a drink, guys, while Tice gets his beat up. And man, it was a song. What was it? I think it was the "In Memory of Your Brother" that you sent me.
Yeah.
That one, that was heavy, man. That actually brought a lot of emotion up for me. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a heavy song, that one.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter how many times I hear that song, man, it still has the same effect on me. I
Mm.
remember writing it. I remember the film clip was obviously filmed out uh, at the waterfalls where he drowned. So every time I see that, it just fucking hits the
Mm.
heartstrings. So
Like, it's proper. Like, I know I can see the depth of it all. Like that is proper art to me. That is like real, raw, lived experience
yeah,
from within you. You're projecting that out. You're releasing that out in like physical manifestation to the world. And I think like that art, like someone does a painting or whatever.
yeah,
Like, it's just exactly the same. Obviously not exactly the same, but it is just like the purest form of art, man. It comes straight from the ticker.
yeah, yeah. And that's exactly what I wanted to do with that song, bro. I wanted to speak with my brother through that music and also speak to other people that, I wanted them to know what had happened to him, and I guess I wanted his memory to live on. So
Hmm.
I'm glad that it had the impact on you that it did, man, because I hope it impacted everyone else like that.
No, it will, man. Fucking know. That is why I've got you here next to me right now.
Yeah.
Not just for the story. You're a fucking top bloke too. Like, it's that imprint
Thanks,
that I
bro.
spoke about. Fucking welcome, bro.
Yeah,
I
thanks.
mean it.
Appreciate it, bro. All right, well, I'll get this fucking beat cranking and yeah, we'll give it a go, eh?
Sweet, bro. I'm just thinking I'll set it up a little bit way there. See how that goes. I'm looking forward to this.
Where do you want to hold the beat?
Is that alright?
Yeah, it's good, man. Check. Hey, yo, I'm back in the game to be attacking your face. Yeah. I'm back in the game to be attacking your face. I'm back in the game to be attacking your face. Yeah, check. Alright, let's go. Look. Hey, yo, I'm back in the game to be attacking your face. Yo, I'm a savage, deranged, and a tad bit insane. I got this rap in my veins, my artillery's great. Not talking about a place when I say I'm in a state. With the lads, we drink a beer, say cheers, and then we celebrate. My skill they underestimate. Tyson's about to detonate. Heavyweights fall from this featherweight. Life's like a battle, so when you brawl, never hesitate. Time to get the antiseptic, cause the medic's back. Rhyme affected, disrespected, and your head'll get cracked. I never bring a taste, I bring the full flavor, the soul trader. Here to make a bold statement, putting a sock in the mouth of all these pole takers, ripping shreds with my lyrics off the fucking pages, killing tracks. And there ain't a fucking antidote, shit's getting ugly, and take that from a handsome bloke.
Fuck yeah, brother.
Yeah. Got a second verse here ready to go.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for this shit. I'm ready.
Check. Look. Another day on this earth's another day of a blessing. I spent my whole life fighting anxiety and depression. As a kid I was always skipping school and I was suspended. Now I'm the one that's teaching all these other kids a lesson. Lead by example, learn when you make a mistake. There's more than one way to cut the head off a snake. True to their form, run your mouth as much as you like, but when it comes to the crunch, ain't no one fuck would entice. I got boys like brothers and we be rolling like soldiers. Lift my shoulders, release words on beats like revolvers. Retreat when you hear what I'm made of. I'm telling you, son, you ain't looking at no bitch, I'm about to take off. This wisdom I've consumed, it's insane, dog. Another bone in the bag, so now it's time to blaze pot. This beat speaks to me, it's sorta like a ritual. Or maybe it's a miracle, I'm a gifted individual. My brother speaks to me and lets me know that he's here. My mother can feel him too, I wish I could take away her tears. This reputation of mine, I've been building it for years. I lost my little brother, so now I'm living with my biggest fear. So nothing you can say will ever put me in my place. I'm gonna beat this case and look you dead in your face. I'm fucking straight up, but I ain't ever gonna be straight edge, cause my crooked ways give me fuel to put in this pen. Damn. Yeah. Peace and Christ.
Fuck yeah, brother. Man, that is next level shit.
Cheers, bro. Cheers.
Thank you so much.
Nah, it's alright, bro. It's
To
good.
fucking just... Oh, I don't know, man. I'm trying to fucking play the guitar at the moment. I can play.
Yeah.
But trying to incorporate the words with the strumming rhythm. It's like tapping your belly and rubbing your head at the same time, or rubbing your belly. It's like that fucking confusion for me. So
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard at times, bro. It challenges you. Yeah.
man, that's honestly like you got a gift. Don't stop doing what you're doing. Like it. Fuck. Do you have thoughts of fucking giving up, like all of us fucking do? I guess. Like I know I do sometimes. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
This is a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, and I think I used to attach myself to the reward or the outcome a bit too much. When I started to let go of that, things started to fall into place a little bit more for me.
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing it?
Yeah, 100%, man. Like just before I started, writing all the shit that I've been writing lately, and like I said, getting this, like I think I'm about halfway through an album. Before I started getting all that together, I fucking thought about it all the time, man. I used to look back at my old music and think, fuck, I love it so much, but I just get nowhere with it. Like, fucking, what's the point? And but the point is that it's a hobby, man, and I love it. And regardless of where I make it with it, if I can impact people with some of the shit I say, and I can put a smile on people's faces, like you were just smiling then enjoying it, bro. Like that's good enough for me. So
Yeah, bro.
I just got to keep that same mindset when I fucking think about throwing the towel in. So
Absolutely, man. Thank you so much for sharing that, man. One thing I wanted to, I guess I'm trying to remember doing this stuff at the same time too, like for people to be able to find you and all that sort of thing, like
Yeah.
your Instagram handle, like where can people find you? I will put it up at the start, your Instagram handle and that at the intro, but where can people find you as well to link up with you?
yeah, okay. So yeah, obviously Instagram, man. I've got my YouTube. Spotify's a little bit fucking all over the place at the moment. I had a problem. Probably 12 months ago, my album got taken down off Spotify, and I'm struggling to get it back on because it's a lot of fucking ins and outs and bullshit that like you got to do with like when you're with copyright and all that sort of crap. And obviously because I own all the beats, and there's like little bits and pieces that you have to make sure are perfect, like the title of the song, the featuring artist, all that shit. I've had problems with it, so I want to get that back on Spotify. But you can find a few of my songs on Spotify, YouTube. So if you just type up Entice and one of my song titles, which I'm sure we can post a link somewhere on your page, bro.
Oh,
so you
easy,
can
man.
find it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll chuck it up there. I'll actually get you to text us all that sort of stuff, and then I can just go poof,
Yep.
put it
No,
all up in one. But
for sure. And yeah, besides that, bro, I got my own page. So Entice on Facebook, and yeah, so Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you feel like look me up. So
yeah. If anyone's listening that wants to collab, I know there is a few guys that I follow in the music sort of thing as well.
Yep.
Don't know if they listen, but yeah, if anyone wants to collab or thinks it might be a beneficial thing to collab, just go hit him up on those on those platforms, on those channels.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm open minded and I'm always keen to fucking meet new people, and I'm sure someone's got a story to tell like me. So
Yeah,
yeah.
fucking oath, bro. Is there anything else that you wanted to leave anyone with? Anything that you just like to fucking share, get off your chest, or fucking whatever?
Bro, I think we nailed it all today. I was very fucking happy that you asked the questions you did, and I got to say a bit about myself and speak up about some of the shit I've been through. So, yeah, it's just hopefully this podcast was a fucking good watch, and hope everyone enjoyed it and got to know me a bit. And yeah, like if you're interested in following my journey, then I'm fucking ready to keep dropping music. So yeah, follow Entice, and peace and love, everybody.
Awesome closing, man. Awesome. I'll leave it at that. Thanks heaps, guys, for tuning in. You all have a blessed week, and catch up with you all again. Fucking next time, eh?
Yeah, thanks
See you later.
thanks for having us, brother. It was a
Welcome.
fucking
Here, jump up. Give us a. Been doing hugs at the end.
awesome, bro.
Man, hugs. Thanks for sharing everything, bro.
Cheers, brother. Thanks for having me.
Cheers, guys. Take it easy.
Peace.